What's good, everybody? It's Big Game James. I'm in these streets. I'm in the crib streets. You feel me? Just at the crib chilling. It's Tuesday. On a Tuesday, obviously, a couple days behind. Cowboys played Sunday. Everybody had the Monday morning thing. I'm going to go ahead and pop mine right now and talk a little bit about the game, what my thoughts about it, and some good news that I just heard that I'm super excited about. So let me talk about the good news first. Good news first is the Dallas Cowboys just signed Julius Wood back to the practice squad from East Carolina safety. That's my dog, Juju, if y'all don't know the backstory behind it. I used to coach Julius. Me and his dad grew up. We known each other since we were in elementary school. His dad, Steve Wood, and Stevie, he had his own little league football organization for over 20 years. I had my own organization. I moved away from that, got on with Wood, coached there for about 3 years with the older team, pretty much eighth graders. But anyway, a long story short, Wood's son was on the team, Julius, and first time I seen him, I was like, he's a dog. Oh man, Julius, nice. And he killed Little League. My son played with them. They used to always go at it, but he was our dog. He was our man. Like he did everything for us. And I ain't gonna say I take all the credit for it. I'm not. But when he was with youth football, he had the size, and everybody was like, play him receiver, running back. But Julius he had a great escapability, but I didn't know if he had that breakaway speed to play. He had the height, but that breakaway speed, I didn't see it. I said, hey, told Will, put him at safety, let him grow there. He like, you think so, Jay? I'm like, man, put him at safety with that size and that height. He have a better chance going somewhere farther than if you put him at a running back or even a receiver. Too many guys are normal on his size, but when you're getting 6'1", 6'2" safeties, they're going to look at you. Anyway, went to East Carolina. Cowboys picked him up last year. He did his damn thing. I think he had like 2 interceptions, was all over the field. They cut him at the last minute. I think they were going to try to cut him and try to get him on the practice squad. Titans scooped him up. Everybody was pissed. I know I was. I get it. I understood it. So it wasn't like I didn't know. I understood the thoughts, but I thought he played himself onto that roster. He went with the Titans, played a few games. Some unfortunate things happened, and got suspended for 6 games. I kept track of him the whole time when he was at Titans, and when I saw him when he got released, and I was just hoping, like, man, I remember they were talking about when he got released, like, I made a tweet, and I was just like, bring him back. He's released. Bring him back. Cowboys love bringing back players that they used to have. And if they have a vested interest in you, they will bring you back. Whether if they had you in the draft, free agency, like especially in the draft, if they had their eyes on you in the draft, or they picked you up in the draft, they kind of feel like you're theirs, you're their homegrown guy, and they will circle back if you are around. And I think they did this with Julius. So this is an opportune time. Malik Hooker's hurt. You see Wanye Thomas getting in. Marquise Bell's playing more, so you need more depth. So just do your thing, Julius. I'm rooting for you again. His dad literally just texted me while I was on the phone, like, yeah, he about to turn up. He go crazy because I hit him up like, you see him, Wood? He like, yeah. He just hit me back like, yeah, let's go. So I'm excited about that. Everything happens for a reason, Julius. God's on your side on this. Just go kill it and make sure they don't let you go anymore. With that being said, I'm going to talk a quick thing about this Cowboys game. Cowboys, Jets, it's what I thought it was going to be. Now, I told you I was hedging a little bit because I thought, well, it's the Jets, the lowly Jets, they're 0-4. You're going to have to jump on them quick. I gave y'all the whole layout, how they have to win this game. And when it started out in the very beginning, Jets took it all the way down the field. One of the biggest plays in the game. There were 3 big plays in the game, but one of the biggest plays in the game was the Cowboys holding them to 3 points and not them having scoring 7, because I felt like it would just really change the whole sheet of the game. So Cowboys had a big stop, held them to 3, and then from that point, Cowboys did work. Main thing I'm gonna say is the 3 plays I was talking about was they held them to 3 on the first drive, and then Maris had the big fumble when they was 10-3 and they were driving in Cowboys territory, and then what was the other one? Javonte Williams on a big 3rd and 1 where it looked like he lost yardage and he was strong enough to get that first down. Cowboys go and score on that drive. You see what happened. So first, I'm just going to give kudos to that offensive line. You had 4 guys that were out. You only had 1 starter in Terrence Steele. You had TJ Bass, Brock Hoffman, Nate Thomas, and the Njai kid. Shout out to Clayton Adams. Shout out to Colin Riley. They've been really. We were always complaining about that offensive line. We knew he had a good offensive lineman, but we were always complaining about the offensive line coaches. And did they really know what they were doing? What was really going on? And it looks like Schottenheimer did his damn thing as a rookie coach, bringing in Clayton Adams and then Connor Riley. It's just been a godsend how they've been teaching this offensive line because it was already talent. But the fact that the coaching, the coordinator, the end game, the play calling, Schottenheimer, Clayton Adams, they're just doing their damn thing right now. So I think I don't think Dak was sacked. I can't remember, but he's only been sacked 7 times in these 5 games. And you look at all the injuries that have happened to all you guys to only give up 7 sacks. Number one is kudos to that offensive line coaching, but kudos to Dak Prescott because he's getting the ball out quick, fast, and early. He's making it easier for his offensive linemen. And, he's completing 71% of his passes right now, 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He playing MVP-type football, but he's playing out of his mind. So talking about the offense, I'm going to be honest with you. I've been doing these shows since Dak pretty much came out. We started in 2017. We didn't have a show during his rookie year. All I'm going to say is this, I've been back and forth on Dak his whole career. I've always loved what he's done off the field, his leadership, his command. He's just a great guy, good quarterback, but I was thinking always come up kind of short. And, I say he got to prove it. But this is the first year, even in 2023, he had the MVP type year where I'm like, I'm not thinking about Dak. I'm not worried about Dak. I'm not thinking about what he's doing. I'm looking at other players on the team, and Dak is not my concern right now. And that's a damn good thing when I can finally come out and say, I'm not worried about Dak or not thinking about him. This is the first time that it's been like that where I ain't thinking about a Dak Prescott in the game. So, he's just playing really good football, and I really can't explain it. I said it on the show last Thursday where I just said he's just playing different, and it's almost like, okay, Dak finally has it. Obviously, we need to see playoffs, but it feels like, okay, he has it. I ain't thinking about him no more. He finally got it. We're going to see playoffs if they get there, but he finally got it. Javonte Williams, what do you say about him? Top 5 running back in the league, averaging over 5 yards a carry, first 100-yard game. I said that was the key. I said Javonte Williams gets his 100-yard game, or he needs to get 100 yards. That happened. He's been a godsend. I said Javonte Williams, I posted a video on him in preseason. I said I wanted him to be the starter. I said if we can get this Javonte Williams, he had a preseason game against the Chiefs where he ran well. And I said, we get this version of him, I feel good. And we're getting that version. He's fully healthy, and he's playing doggish football. Power running. Obviously, he doesn't have the breakaway speed, but he has that power running. He falls forward. He doesn't fall backwards. And he just knows how to run that football, man. He's a great player. And then Ryan Flournoy. Flournoy. I think I said it right. Conversation needs to be had about that because when Kevontae Turpin gets back, I said he was your number 3 and Jalen Tolbert was your number 4, and that's what it was panning out to be. But when you saw the way he played in that Packers game too, and in this game against the Jets, we were talking about it. When Mingo comes back, because Mingo was looking okay, you got to see what you can get for Jalen Tolbert. right? Because now you CD George Pickens, who had another touchdown, dog. Um, Flanoy, man, he got more wiggle. He's strong. Strong hands. He plays strong. He's got wiggles. Not super fast, but fast enough. But he just plays with a different attitude. Jalen Tolbert, to me, plays passive. He plays aggressive. He blocks aggressively. He plays aggressive football. Jalen Tolbert is just passive to me. He's just kind of like, I'm here. Where I don't see that in Flanoy. I see he wants it. I'm taking it. Give it to me now. So he's got to be that third guy going forward. You were seeing traits of it last year, right? But he came from a small school. He was doing it again in the preseason, training camp. And now it's like, you got to let that boy play. So I say you got to look for Jalen Tolbert to get something for him. So I don't want to be too long. Kudos to the offense, just playing great football right now. And the coaching is awesome. Defense, obviously, Jets aren't good a football team, but they did what they're supposed to do. They can't contain Justin Fields. He only rushed for like 30 yards. Got all his passing at the end of the game when it didn't matter. Breece Hall, he had over 100 yards, big gashes. I don't know what the Cowboys are going to do with that linebacking core because, Shamar James, I love that speed, and he's a rookie, and I think he will get better, but he had those 15 tackles, but it was almost like they weren't impactful tackles. They were just tackles. Kenneth Murray, I've been on record and said from way back when I made my first video about him, like he could be slept on. I said his instincts. He's always a tick slow, his instincts. I said that's his biggest problem was his instincts, not the athletic ability, not anything else. I said his instincts was his problem. And once again, it's getting shown again. He's always a tick slow to recognize what's going on. And he plays physical, he plays fast, but he just doesn't recognize and diagnose the plays quick enough, and he gets peeled off. He got peeled off by two blockers where those big gashes came. Sanborn, he has the mind, but he don't have the athletic ability. So he may see it, but he's always a tick slow. And that's when the game happened. Maris Leofau, I love him, but he plays wild and he doesn't play under control. He missed plays in that game too because he just doesn't play disciplined football. And then Damone Clark, I just don't think is a physical enough linebacker. And I think that's his problem. So we're screaming for Demarion Overshown to come back, and he's injury prone. So I don't know how they're going to figure that out. They activated or they got the window for Revell. That feels good, but I'm not counting on him for nothing. I want to see Butler come back. That's going to be a help. Kalen Carson, that'll be a help because those are bodies. And then we'll see. Wanye played a good game. But for the most part, defense did what it had to do. They got the Carolina Panthers coming up next. We'll talk about that probably Thursday. Make sure you check out Cowboys Uncensored. We'll talk about that game and what the Cowboys need to do against those Panthers and the bulletin board material that Rico Dowdle gave the boys. So shout outs to my dog Julius Wood, Juju, again on the team. Cowboys played a sound football game. I said the Cowboys will win the next two games on my Twitter. And right now I'm only off one because I said the Cowboys were going to upset the Packers and end up tying. But I said the Cowboys will win the next two games. And then the next two big games after that will be the Commanders and the Broncos, I believe, right before the bye. So we'll talk about that when it comes up. But that's pretty much all I got. Cowboys offense is humming. Defense is a concern, especially the linebackers. We'll see what happens going forward because teams are going to look at that. Teams are going to try to expose it. So I don't know how they're really going to solve that problem up front. 5 sacks in the game. James Houston needs to play a lot more. He needs to be a guy on the other end. Marshawn Kneeland's out. Houston needs to – I know Marshawn Kneeland is your top pick, but Houston's playing better. It needs to be Houston and Fowler at least going forward. And then Houston, Clowney, however you figure it out, but Houston's got to play ball. All right? Big game, James. I'm out. Peace.